Okay, up on the screen here, we've got a document that I just started working on. We'll get started with the session here in a minute. But what I was hoping to do today was kind of brainstorm around a seller lead generation idea, or more an idea for how to get homeowners into your fold, and specifically how to build a lead capture funnel around a free report, or this could be transitioned into a video. Basically, how to dangle some piece of content and get people opting in to your KV Core system. So, Annalise, are you there today?
Yes, sir. I looked up and I went, oh no, I better go. So here I am.
Cool. So you get the link shared on Facebook and stuff, and maybe,
Yep.
and then I'll hit record just to make sure we have the backup, and we'll get going here.
You got it.
Cool. So yeah, as I just said, guys, up on the screen you can see a document. It says step by step how to use your home equity to buy your first insert area here investment property. And I wasn't going to share this today because this is something I just started working on about a half hour ago. But I thought it might be cool for next level members to kind of see the thought process and how these kinds of things can be, these kinds of funnels can be created. And usually where I start is kind of with an outline. I'll open up a Google Doc or Google Slides, and I'll come up with a concept, an angle for how I'm going to get people's attention and how I'm going to divert them into where I want them to go. And that is the essence of marketing, is kind of capturing people's attention and taking them where you want to go. And one of the big backdrops for our current market is that everybody is starved for listings and starved for, basically starved for listings. And we're getting a lot of questions in the Facebook group about how to get listings. And everybody out there seems to want to do the same old thing, which can work, which is just offer a home valuation, we do that. But if you want to get a little more nuanced and scientific about this, and you really think about it, really what this is about, generating listings is about having conversations and engaging people who already own a house. All right. So we talk about a lot on these sessions, the idea that, hey, maybe instead of going for the home value angle where people, they might want the value of their house for any number of reasons, they might not want to sell. How do we get these homeowners into our fold? And one of my favorite approaches is to offer investment properties or work at it from the investment side. Knowing that, somebody who is interested in investing probably already has to own a house. Anyway, that's kind of a long-winded setup for what I have on the screen. And that is, I want to offer on the session today, start creating a funnel that offers this free report, this content. And we're going to say how to use your home equity to buy your first investment property. And the setup here, I'll just kind of read it. And basically I go into the story. It says, as you've probably noticed, area real estate values have been on a sharp uptick. Good number of homeowners are deciding to cash out and sell their properties. So what I'm doing here is planting the seed. Like, this isn't necessarily about the investment property, but I've got them engaged. I'm planting the seed that, hey, other people, social proof, are deciding to sell their properties. Maybe you want to too. In many cases, they're getting multiple offers above their asking price. But if you're happy in your home and you don't want to sell, which is most people, right? So you're joining the conversation in their head. Most people don't want to sell, but you've been thinking about how you can benefit from the current real estate marketing environment. One option might be to use the equity in your home to generate cash to buy some land or an investment property. Now, I am aware, guys, of how nuanced this is and how hard it might be to find somebody a cash flowing property or something that actually makes sense for them right now. They're going to need to be able to not only cash. Most people aren't going to be in a situation where this makes sense, but some may, where they can actually afford to take the equity out and, at maybe a 4 or 5%, whatever the investment loans are now, I don't even know, and kind of use it. And they're in a situation where even if the tenants on the next property don't pay the rent, they're fine. They'll still be able to pay the mortgage. That's really who you're looking to serve and help out here. But the content itself is a good kind of hook to get people thinking along these lines. So with interest rates as low as they are, you might find that you can borrow against your home equity at a much lower rate than you might make from rental income, appreciation, and tax benefits of owning an investment property. So I think there's 4 of these. Maybe one of you guys watching can help me out. Aren't there 4 main ways that you make income from an investment property? And I'm forgetting one, or is it these 3? The rental income, the appreciation, and the tax benefits. If anybody, extra credit for whoever knows the 4th one, or you can tell me for sure I'm missing. It's just on the tip of my brain what that might be. And then it says, if this sounds like a good idea to you, here are the steps to take. So basically, when you're doing a free report doc like this, you're kind of going to set it up, right? I probably went a little long-winded, but I have a couple paragraphs that sets up the situation. And then I'm going to dive right into these specific steps with my outline. And that's where I'm kind of at. I have these kind of 3 steps, and then I'll probably have a sentence or 2 about each one.
I did a quick Google, and
Yep.
it says the benefits of investing in real estate include passive income, stable cash flow, tax advantages, and diversification leverage.
Diversification. Yeah.
That's
There
just
was
like the general, description.
yeah. And tax benefits and yeah, okay. There was, I don't know, I'm remembering way back. There was, these might be the 3. All right. But yes, the diversification is cool. I think that might be a little more sophisticated than we need to get here. But basically the idea is we're trying to engage people and have conversations about real estate. This offer assumes they already own a home. And the cool thing here is that we can kind of generate business for our mortgage partner, and kind of take a stance that's a little more consultative than the typical, use my automated value tool on my website. So cool. So those are the 3. Now, somebody watching, help me out. I was kind of selfishly hoping some of you guys would chime in and say, well, are these the wrong steps or are these the right steps? And I'm probably going to have to, after today's session, go and really suss this out and make the report really good. And for those of you who are next level members, just so you know, I will make this entire report once it's done. It'll be available for you guys to use however you want to. You can kind of expand it out and turn it into a video, put your own logos and names on it and tweak the copy however you want. But right now I have speak with a mortgage lender to assess if you can cash out, refinance, find a realtor who specializes in finding these kind of deals and come up with a plan, acquire a property, manage it, and profit. And then I was getting a little bit blocked. So comment here is people can use hard money loans to buy these properties. Yep. So I might put that down in step 1. I might mention that, like, hey, there's a number of different directions you can go. Even if you're conventional, if your bank isn't down for this, just know there are private lenders. I'll share with you. I'm going to plug these guys. I recently did a deal with Vizio Lending. I don't know if they're in every state, but it was a wonderful experience. And there might be a lot of these, but they specialize in rental investment loans. And it was like, man, it was so easy. They it was a little bit higher rate and stuff, but just to buy and hold single family home was really painless with these guys. The underwriting process is really good, but they're kind of like a private lender instead of, as whoever's commenting there, they're kind of a hard money lender. They're between hard money and, traditional conventional. So people can use hard money. I'm sorry, I'm not seeing who's commenting here. Let me drag this out so I can see. Oh, John. Yeah, a management company will charge. They should use the 1% rule. Yeah, the 1% rule in buying rental properties. So I'll get all these talking points in there, John. Thank you. But basically, the gist of it for purposes of what we're trying to do here is you're going to kind of drop your knowledge bombs in the report, because by dropping the knowledge bombs, you're positioning yourself as somebody who knows this stuff and that they want to work with. And a big part of the game here is we need to differentiate ourselves from the competition. So John's got it right there. He's got the knowledge bombs to drop, and I'm going to steal a few of his. You broker hard money. Okay, cool. Awesome. I might want to have you on then. That might be just a good topic for a separate session. If you're down for that, just to talk about that process. Cool. Maybe tomorrow or next Tuesday, I'll shoot you an email after. Yep. Yeah, that would be a great topic. Okay, so that's it. That's the free report. Okay, I'm going to expand this out, let you guys use it. And then the next step to take, of course, if we follow our growth system methodology in Next Level, we've kind of got the content to give away. We're going to build our capture point, right? The thing we're going to kind of give this away using a number of different mechanisms. We could use a Facebook lead form ad where somebody opts in via a lead form. We could use a text response code, a call capture code, which we went deep on yesterday, right? For those of you who are on, definitely check that replay on the YouTube channel or in the members area. We went in all different call capture offers you can make, or probably for this one, I'm just going to go ahead into KV Core and I'm going to use a landing page. So let's do that. Here. And I'm going to make sure, Annalisa, I'm trying to get into the habit here of using the new design. Here we go.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
I really like it. It seems to, my eye finds it more, softer.
It is softer. You have to squint a little less too.
well, that's why I use Zoom. Like zoom the Zoom.
yeah, zoom it in. So, so the landing page, I'm going to go here and just to do this. So once the easy part is building a landing page, the hard part is you got to make the content. once you make the content, there's all kinds of ways to use this, right? This could also go out, in smart campaigns, and follow-up can be used as retargeting content, anything you want. But you got to take the time. I bet most of us, I'll be done with this front to back in an hour. I probably spent about 15 minutes on it so far, and then I'll fill in and make it look pretty and stuff, or sharp enough, and be done in an hour. And then the next step is I'm going to create a page that gives it away. And best practice, just take the title of your content. Going to paste. No, such a bummer.
What were you trying to do?
I was trying to copy and paste in, but it texted it in black.
Well, you should be able just to right click and add plain text though.
Let me try that. Little Easter egg from Annalisa here. With Easter
Yeah, because well, you hippity hop.
Let me see. So right click and add. What do I do? Right click. Thank you. Yeah. Whoa.
Ta-da! Well, my work is done for the day, everybody.
Wow, I did not know that. You just made me like 0.005% more productive in general.
Yeah, you're going to be faster. Who knew?
So let's show everybody what you just showed me.
Yeah.
So I tried pasting over here from the doc, but when I copied it and then I right clicked in here and I hit paste, it tried to paste it with all the black.
And it'll do it smaller a lot of the times too. It'll like go down to like a 10 font. It's awful. So when you right click with plain text, it just pops it right on in there.
Yeah, see right here. So Control V versus Control Shift V, paste is plain text. Wow.
Yep.
All right.
Big difference. Quick.
Yep. So
before you go further, I wanted to say, check out Rich Schaefer's comments. He's saying, by thinking of possible endgame scenarios, purchasing investment properties in areas that the person would likely live eventually could be a great for creating tax-free retirement income. When you achieve a certain age, you're allowed to sell a property every 2 years and use an exemption only available to senior citizens and not pay taxes. Ka-ching. If you sold every few years, you could sell the home as a personal residence if you lived in it for 2 out of the 5. Then possibly invest in paid up whole life insurance as benefits paid are tax-free and bypass the estate limits. Woohoo!
Well, I'm gonna confess that I know exactly what he's talking about, but I don't think a lot of people do.
No, so, that's like some next level like noggin using right there.
I love the life insurance stuff, and like you're hired, Rich, because this is where we can really provide. We're not financial advisors, so to speak, most of us.
Right.
But if you can speak intelligently to ideas like this, the idea of just incorporating whole life into the whole picture, and you can just touch on it and mention it, man, that sets you apart. And I'm stealing all of that and we'll try to get that into this report, Rich, in some way.
You can use my sound effect if you want to.
Sure.
Yeah.
What was the sound effect?
Ka-ching.
Ka-ching.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then people could use, and I got John's tips in here too. So we'll get this doc together. And then basically over here at the landing page, we just copied in the title. And then I'll just put my area in here. And then let's do background. I think we had one here for income properties.
Yep.
I like this one. Instantly download your free guide now, or free report now. And then we'll do, what's this? Investor report for my hashtag. My submit button is download the free guide. Instantly download free guide, something like that. Now, if this was a video, if you could turn that into a video, even better, right? A video tutorial. And then my URL after login, I can either put this content on a bridge page, on a KV Core custom page. If I'm feeling kind of straight up and I just want to test this out, as I will frequently do personally, I'll take an idea like this when I'm building a funnel, and I'll just cut straight to the chase, and I'll just share directly the link to the doc, right? So like this, oops. So you would go here and you hit share, just make sure that it's shared to anybody with the link. And you could just redirect people straight there when testing, and then change that later if you want to. But you need a place to send them after. And then the cell number, if you enter a cell number, we will send you one text every Saturday with the best Pinellas opportunity. Let's do Pinellas real estate deal or opportunity we know about.
And then what, you would just set up a smart campaign to fire that link out every Saturday?
No, I think in that case, you would, if this is your niche and you're working investments, I think a good practice, I've been putting this on all my landing pages, just send it on Saturday.
Gotcha.
You
So
know,
it's a physical follow-up, which is great.
Yeah, it's a send something cool, you know, covers our send something cool thing, which is part of the growth systems. You know, if you can get people just signing up to get your deals and then you send it out on a specific day, you know, once a week, it's, you know, if you're working a niche, you're always going to know about that one. It'd be no problem. Yeah, here's my deal of the week. You could just send a link to KV Core to your website, or if you want to go extra, you know, you would send them to a video of you ideally at the property or talking about the property.
Awesome. And we have some YouTube watchers here. Hey there, Alice. Thanks for being with us.
Cool. So I'll just save this now. I'm probably going to end up remaking this later once I get the report done. But as you guys can see, you know, not too hard. You make the report, whatever the topic is. If you're an expert, you've got things to talk about. You make the landing page. And then the next step is I would go and run an ad that drives traffic to this. Right. So I guess we can keep going. I don't see any other questions.
Yeah, I mean, I think John also commented, you know, you can use the rental income from every property and pay down one mortgage at a time, giving you the option to pay down the interest and mortgages in less than 10 years. Rinse and repeat. The result is more cash flow every month.
Yep. Yeah, this is a really, just as an aside, guys, that real estate, with the macroeconomic backdrop that we're in, you know, with the money that's flowing right now, this is a niche, man, and people are going to be looking for hard assets. And I know that it might feel like things are expensive, but you know, it looks like we've got appreciation coming. If you believe that, then this could be a good niche. So, and as John's saying, you know, there are going to be people, if you can lock in a fixed rate mortgage right now, there's a good chance that rents are going to keep going up too. So that fixed rate is going to feel really nice. All right. So we've got our landing page. The opt-in goes to our report. We head on over to Facebook. I'm just going to do this live for lack of anything else to explore. We'll just kind of roughly build out more of the funnel right now. I'll just create the ad, but not set it live. That's cool. So there's our Waterfront campaign, guys, still chugging along. Last 30 days, 363 leads at $1.94 a piece for $705.
That's trucking along really nice.
Yeah. So trust me, that's ROIing. I don't even need to talk to Delia because I can see the conversations in KV Core. You'd have to be really bad at what you do, and she is awesome at what she does. You'd have to be really bad at what you do to not get a deal out of these 363 leads eventually. Especially with the system.
Well, there should be at least 3 in there just because of, you know, ratio.
%. Yeah.
Yep.
But when you layer on everything KV Core does, the automated alerts, smart everything else. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead. We'll go create here. I'll have better conversion numbers. John's asking about on that Waterfront campaign. I can probably tomorrow, I just need to go look. I can probably give a conversion rate to conversation on that. And just at a glance, I bet you the conversation rate is well up there in the 20% range. So there has to have been 50 people who've replied to the initial text. And I would be shocked if 5 to 10 of those aren't really legit opportunities, just based on what I've seen. But I can get those numbers. And then, you know, the way that conversions work with this stuff, guys, we won't know, you know, that's only about a month or 2 old, that campaign. We'll know really, we'll start to have a good idea maybe in 6 months. You know, 3 to 6 months, we'll just start to see some closings happening. We can track them back in KV Core to that source and be able to really know. But this is a long game. You know, those 393 leads, the ROI is going to rise on that over. It'll dribble in this first year, but years 2, 3, and 4 is where it gets really excited. So let's do a new campaign here. We'll call this First Time Investor Report. First Time Investor Report. Let's do this for campaign name. Listing getting. Mind everybody, this is what we're doing. We're trying to get listings. We're gonna do some buy side deals on the investment side, but really this is getting homeowners to talk to us about stuff and planting the seeds that they might want to sell their house. Our special category right here is housing. We got to do that on Facebook or we're gonna get booted. They're going to deny our ads. Some people I've seen, they get their whole ad accounts turned down. It's not fair because they don't realize and they keep resubmitting the ad and they don't know why. Facebook's gotten better about telling you why, but yeah, be careful about that. Our daily budget, we just start somewhere small, 20, like so. Hit next. Did I pick a conversion objective? This is something that's feeling a little new to me. Maybe I did pick conversion out of force of habit. So choose event, we'll just do lead. This is kind of new, guys. They're like setting this whole thing up about the iOS 14. Just ignore it. All right. Ad sets. Let me make sure that's right. I'm pretty sure I haven't seen an issue with this yet. When I do, I'll let you know. But they're kind of giving these things, and I think what they may be talking about is conversion pixels inside of iOS. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. If somebody knows, let me know. But I'm not gonna. I've seen people like losing their minds over it, and I've been running lots of ads, and they're working fine with that notice popping up. So until that stops, you know, we'll figure it out when it happens. All right. So what is this offer thing? I'll stay on track here. So budget and schedule. Now for location, we need to choose. And I'm going to choose people living in because I'm going after homeowners who live here already. And then I'll choose the county. And then because it's real estate, we can't really mess with any of this. I think we could do some detailed targeting. I think still, let me try investing. Yeah, I'm forgetting. Sometimes there are certain things that you can still do here, you know, for people who are specifically interested. But I've been happy with the algorithm. The algorithm is going to find the right people based on the ad copy. But if you want to, you can try to find people who might be more prone to being interested in investing right there. Placements, you know, we got Facebook, Instagram, audience network. I usually turn the audience network off there. Okay, continue. And then let's see. Create ad, Instagram account. We'll use the one for the company. If you have your Instagram account connected, create ad, single image or video. And then, you know, we've been doing our video slideshow here. It takes an extra second or two, but it's really worth doing. And in this case, we're offering a free report. So let's think about the creative on this. We could show a free report, or we could just show a like a generic image report, or we could just show kind of an investment guide. I'm going to, for simplicity's sake, use this image that's on the landing page since I already had it in my library here. So we'll just do that. And then I'll remove the logo. First time. First time Pinellas. This is where you can, you know, get bogged down a little bit. Background color, we'll make that first time Pinellas investor. Download free guide. All right, so I think a lot of you guys who are here with us today have seen kind of the creation of these ads. I always pretty much have been doing the same thing here, where you choose this little tool. It makes a flashy little video and does the trick pretty well for the ad creative. You can also use a static image, of course. You could make a video of yourself just telling people to download your guide. That could be really powerful if you do that. If you can take the time to do that. In a lot of cases, I would. You know, just get, if you're not shy, just get on camera. Hey, I created this guide. Maybe you hold it up in your hand, right? You print it out. You hold it up in your hand. You should check it out. And your text for that video, if you were to do a video, would basically mirror that first paragraph, right? You could go right into it and say, hey, you know, values are going up. People are deciding to sell. Some people are thinking about investing. I created a guide that tells you step-by-step how to use the home equity in your house and so on. So lots of different ways to go about this. I'm just going to go straight up with this generic image instead of doing a video right now. My text for the ad will be free guide, step-by-step, right? It's basically, just take this here. Let's see, can I paste it into Facebook with Annalise's trick? Boom.
Yeah.
This is fun.
It's magic.
Download. Instant free download. I don't know if that's what let's see. Instant free download. Yeah, this would probably work. Like that. And then I'm simply going to link over to the landing page, of course. Oops. So just like that, we can start to get traffic flowing through. Like so. And then we will start to set up our follow-up stuff. We'll have a smart campaign. We can put these people on property alerts. In this case, whenever the hashtag first-time investor, whatever I chose comes in, I would trigger an automated property alert in KV Core, right? I would go over to marketing autopilot, set up a search alert for that hashtag and say, hey, send them all the kind of whatever I consider to be interesting real estate deals, right? I actually had one in here for first-time investor. This is an example. Have a smart campaign, and that is, 70%, 80% of the funnel right there. Traffic source to a landing page. They opt in, they get to the content. If the content is good, you put your picture on here. If the content is good, they should pretty well be sold on working with you. At the very end, and I should have this ready for you guys tomorrow, but at the very end, you'll have a call to action that tells them to call you, right? Call, text me. Toward the bottom. If the content is good, a certain percentage of people who access the content should be texting you or calling you almost right away, because the content kind of becomes like a sales letter. So you'll have some people who get in touch with you right away. The ones who don't, they'll start receiving the automated property alerts. If you have a smart campaign, they'll receive those. And then kind of the last thing here, over time, I would layer in some retargeting. And all of this, I can't go into all of it today, but all of this, guys, is the main methodology. I just showed you the main methodology in the next level members area. And we have tutorials about how to do all these things I just mentioned right here in the growth system. So how's that, Annalisa? Do we have any questions?
I haven't seen anything new come in via YouTube. We've got a few watchers out there, so thank you for being here. It looks like John may have had a question on, could you share the first-time investor and the Waterfront campaigns? Now, those are all built into the KV Core Next Level Mastermind group, where you'd have to build those specific campaigns. They're not canned that we provide, correct?
Right. So the important thing with everything we're doing is the framework for these campaigns is this conversation starter idea. Mm-hmm. So I just dropped the link to everybody. I do show in the growth system section where we have that Waterfront home system, the whole build. I have a video where I actually create that campaign and you can see everything I'm using. But mostly what I did was I just took the campaign that's already in KV Core, the conversation starter, and I just changed the initial text and the initial email. So it's not, I get this question all the time, like, hey, where are all the emails in the text specific to this niche? And they're not important. Because the more important thing is that you have the conversation starter framework built out, and you just do that first text and that first email that kind of mention and thank them for signing up for the Waterfront. And then from there, the more powerful part of the whole system is going to be the automated property alerts and what you're sending every week manually to around your niche content. Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, John, that's where it is. It's you can see me doing it, and I'll show you. I'll share the results, guys. I feel like a response. I feel like I have to sell this, the idea of you guys using this, even though I know how well it works. So I'm gonna do this. I'll just show you.
And I think you just pasted the link to the page for the growth system, correct?
I did. Did I paste the right one?
You did the conversation starting campaign, which is going to be the one you're going to adjust for Waterfront or new construction or.
Well, what I pasted was the actual tutorial for the Waterfront Homes conversation starter.
Okay, perfect.
That'll take you directly there.
Yeah.
And then you'll be sitting in the growth system builder that I have on the screen. You'll see all the other stuff, but you'll land right on the screen that I'm on now.
Nice.
Okay. So let's see. Where did I get lost here? Sorry. My fault.
No,
I
I threw
was
you
showing you
off.
guys, some of the interaction, right? Um, I'm in the old system. Here's all our waterfronts. And then this is, some of these are the same people repeating, but this is 24-hour activity. I'll just show it quickly. There's no contact info except for names, but guys, if you want to talk to people, I'm telling you, this stuff works. It doesn't need to be waterfront. It's just whatever it is. And we got some people who are saying, no, I don't need it. But some of them are just kind of replying and saying, hey, here's what I'm looking for. Right. So there we go. Thanks. I'm looking for a good deal. Can't afford it. My daughter's looking. So this is the normal stuff you have to wade through. You're going to have a lot who aren't qualified and ready, but the fact that people are talking to you about real estate is what we're going for here. And then somebody who I know Delia's poaching over there. She'll if you've been in the business a while, you'll be able to have those conversations, and you can't help but sell people stuff once you have a back and forth with them. Have I done a Google Ads campaign for the investors or waterfront homes? Actually, no, Thelma, that's a good question. It would be a good idea. The most recent Google campaign we did was for new construction. And there's a training about that in that section. It's the same exact template and formula. So if I go to Google, and I could do one very quickly, because with these niche angles, whatever you choose, starter homes, investment properties, new construction, you're always going to, on Google, you're always going to run the ad to the main keywords in your area. You're not changing the keywords because there's just not enough traffic for these niches. Just looking here. I'm in the wrong ads. Here we go, 1 second. So you're going to run your Google ads for those main keywords, and then the copy of the Google ad is going to talk about the niche. So I'll have an example up here in just a second. Let's bring that up. So here's our St. Pete new construction. How's it doing? 17 conversions. This is the last 7 days. Let's do all time. That campaign is done. Sorry. That campaign has done 53 leads at $8 a piece so far. And here's the campaign. So see how this says St. Pete? I'll make this bigger for you guys. St. Pete, Florida, new construction, hundreds of homes and condos, priced from the low 200s. And the people seeing this ad are the people typing in St. Pete, Florida real estate, St. Pete, Florida homes, St. Pete, Florida. Just there's like 10 of them. And you'll see in that tutorial, I don't use a lot of keywords because there's plenty of traffic for our budget. We're only spending, what is it, 20, 30 bucks a day. There's plenty of traffic. So if somebody's searching for those main keywords, they're seeing all the competitors say, hey, come to my site and search for homes. But what we're doing here is we're niching it down, and we're giving them something interesting and different to engage with. I'm not even on camera, am I? I'm like talking to you guys with hand gestures.
I felt it. I felt the energy of it.
Anyway, so
there is a question real quick here from YouTube. Alice is asking, when someone clicks on the button, do you manually send them the report? Is it set up to auto send? So basically it's going to land on your dashboard, and then you would need to follow up with the information.
That's a great question. I probably went too fast. So when we built the landing page, let's just opt in here. I set a URL that it redirects to. I did that kind of quickly. So in this case, it should redirect me over to the report. So they're going to get it right away, but you have lots of options here. You could do a bridge page that says, hey, go check your email to get the report. And then what you would need to have is a smart campaign that sends the report. So there's a little bit of an extra step there where you'd go into marketing autopilot and you'd set up a smart campaign that triggers and sends them the report. And I kind of skipped that. I forget her name. So, but that's it.
Alice, yeah.
Yeah, Alice. So best practice is to do both. And we show that in the growth system. If you look at the new construction growth system we recently built, we did a whole session and I did all the steps there. but that's it. Both redirect right away and then take them there. Take them, send it via Smart Campaign. Woo! Must not have slept enough last night. All right. So I wanted to finish the thought here, Annalisa, just on the Google ad right here. So what you would do is you could duplicate this ad. You can even keep it in the same exact campaign, and you would just change the copy, and you would say St. Pete, Florida waterfront homes, hundreds of homes and condos priced from whatever the lower is, and that formula is going to work in most cases for whatever your niche is. So cool. What else we got?
Thelma was asking, what is the difference really between Google or Facebook ads, which may give better results? And like my mind has always been, typically Google leads are more of a lead that knows where, when, how much, are they pre-qualified, what's that timeline? They're a little further along in that knowledge process of getting a house. And Facebook leads are just getting started in the process. So it's two different types of relationships that are still ultimately, an investment of time and effort to close. But Google seems to be a little more self-qualified, maybe. Would that be a good term to use, maybe?
Yeah, pretty good. I think a good way to say it also is it's a question of intent. So intent's going to be a word you circle. And the intent is that, as Annalisa said, they've kind of self-qualified themselves by taking the effort to type in a keyword like St. Pete, Florida real estate.
Mm-hmm.
So on Google, they've done that. They're looking, they see your ads here, and then they click over, and there's more likelihood that they're closer to buying. Facebook, there's not a lot of intent.
Right.
It's Facebook, I'm chilling out here and I'm looking at funny dog pictures and all the stuff Annalisa's posting, and I'm goofing off. I'm supposed to be working. There's my wife looking like my son from 4 years ago.
Well, that's
uncanny. Isn't that uncanny?
Yes.
And then then I see an ad. So here's an example. This isn't related to real estate. Then I see an ad from Twilio, and I'm like, transform your existing contact center. And I click it, and I get here, and I download it, but I might not be that interested because I wasn't thinking about it before this. I'm mildly interested right now.
It's a curiosity.
It's curiosity. So to answer the question, Thelma, a mix of both is really good. Mm-hmm. Facebook and Google. Facebook leads are going to tend to be a little more affordable. And if you use Facebook lead form ads, you can get the cell number every time. That's one of the reasons I tend to lean a little more toward Facebook right now, because you do get the cell number, and the cost per lead is usually about a half of Google if you're doing it right. As you saw in that Waterfront campaign, it was like $2 a lead or something. But the conversion rate is going to be lower. Yeah. Google is linked with more platforms. All right, Mike.
Did you get it?
Hey,
Mike,
Ryan.
I gotta hang out with Mike one day.
Hey, can I chime in on that Google Ads?
Yeah, go for it.
So one thing that I found also with like Facebook and Google Ads, if you run them in conjunction with each other, is that oftentimes what most miss with Google Ads is that you might get a click, but might not get a registration. What that means is if you're running Facebook ads as well and using the pixel to retarget and also using Google Tag to retarget, that traffic that may have not actually registered on your website via that click is going to now be retargeted via Facebook and also with the Google Tag.
So, Ernest, that's beautifully said. I think Shane over at Bond Street says this a lot too. Basically, what Ernest, you're saying, if I have this right, is a good practice would be to drive traffic with Google, then retarget with Facebook.
Exactly.
That's a good 1-2 punch. I would just go further and say, while you're doing that, also just run the Facebook ads because you want those cell numbers. But that's
absolutely
a beautiful 1-2 punch.
Yeah, and you could retarget with a Facebook lead form, right? So, I mean, you could run a lead generation ad set using a Facebook pixel that retargets them with a lead form saying, hey, noticed you're on my website but didn't register. Fill out this quick form and we'll get some alerts sent to you or get you a market report in your inbox ASAP.
Beautiful. So you know what we're going to do? I haven't done this for the new construction campaign. So tomorrow, I'll either record it separate or it's on tomorrow's session. let's do that. I'll run a lead form retargeting campaign for this Google traffic because we haven't done that yet. Cool. Thanks, Ernest. You guys are getting the goods today.
Yeah, no problem.
All right. Well, I still have not been. Andy's saying he has not been charged by Google for your display ads. Are you sure? they're gonna get their money. It could be that they're waiting for you to hit a threshold. Not sure, Andy, but yeah, that is weird. They're gonna get it though. They'll eventually just shut you off if there's like a billing issue or something. How are they doing? Are you seeing yourself floating around the web? Or are they retargeting or are they just regular display? Let's see. I don't even have any running right now here in this account. Yeah, but yeah, guys, the niched ads on Google, these are good. $8 for a Google lead is pretty cool stuff. And you can do this in any market if you just follow the tutorials. Thelma, yeah, we could show you how to do what? The display ads, the Google. Just so everybody knows watching live, I realize we jump around a lot, but it is all organized in the members area. You know, if there's a specific thing that I'm touching on, there's usually a tutorial with it in there. Not always the easiest to find, and we'll tell you where to go look. Most of it's going to be referenced from the growth system section, but it is in there. It's just tough. It's tough to do it live unless I'm prepared, you know, like unless I have the sequence in order. Let's see. That's great. Andy says he's getting people telling him they're seeing the retargeting. Thelma, I'll share the link to the growth system section of the members area. If you're asking if you want to start a free trial, I don't know, some people here might not already have access, but it's inside realestate.com/next-level. So just drop both of those there. Cool. But yeah, most of what we're talking about, I would go look at these two, the Waterfront Homes growth system and the new construction content. It is similar to what I did today, where I kind of took the free report angle. These are a little more comprehensive, you know, in step by step. And then a lot of our trainings, when we first launched the members area, we did a starter homes funnel too. So, but the people who are doing it seems to be working. I know it's working for me. So if we're going to point to, if you are of a do-it-yourself mindset and you're using KV Core and you are the do-it-yourself kind, this stuff works. We are totally aware that it's complicated. There's a lot to know. There's a lot that can go wrong. You could, you know, mess up your ad and waste some money. But for the do-it-yourself kind, we're really confident in these methodologies. If you're looking to have more of a push button approach, you know, I'm really confident that ordering a lot of property boosts and setting up automatic hashtag alerts and maybe a quick smart campaign, pretty good formula. It'll get you most of the way there with what we're doing. So bunch of core property boosts, make sure that those people who are coming in are on a smart campaign, you know, conversation starting smart campaign, and you can get most of the way there with that. We're just doing a lot of, on these sessions, we go deep and go into a lot of different areas. Yes, Thelma, this is the next level webinar. So.
This is awesome.
Cool. So yeah, rapid fire. We'll get the replay live in the members area. I'm going to refine this document here. I'll try to use some of the input, which is really appreciated. But you guys will be able to use this. I think everybody's going to put their own spin and language on this. You know, I have a style of writing that might not fit you, but I think there's value in taking something like this and in making it your own and in running a funnel like this. Your leads might be a little more expensive, but they're going to be quality, because when somebody gets the light switch, you know, goes off in their head as they're reading this report that, yes, this is something I want to do, you are going to be the agent they call, because other agents aren't offering this kind of info. It's just natural. So cool, guys. Well, thank you all for being here. Anything else, Annalisa?
I don't believe so. Tomorrow is what, April already? Or what?
Yeah.
How did that happen?
Oh, tomorrow, Annalisa, remind me, tomorrow we got to talk about the new Celexa app. We'll
I
just
thought we
don't
weren't
mention
going to
it.
even
Don't,
mention it.
don't let the cat out of the bag. I might get in trouble. We'll talk
You
about it.
let the cat out of the bag just now.
Oh, okay, sorry. Well, just somebody remind us to talk about Celexa, okay?
Yeah, it's amazing, and I'm excited. I'm glad we can talk about it now. Awesome.